never make that assumption. I had a one-on-one heart-to-heart with CP in my room 1 o'clock in the morning. Looked him in his eye.
Yo, he just said this man don't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame.
I take that, right? That with me and him, it goes deeper than basketball. So for him to sit there and really feel the pain that I was going through at that moment, like being very vulnerable at that moment, I honestly can say that I don't think he knew anything about that.
Speak to me about how vulnerable you truly were at that particular moment. Could you give us some insight into the kind of emotion that you were going through at that particular moment in time, considering the fact that you were a perennial all-star and considered one of the greatest scorers of this generation, right, to being told that you can't be a part of a 9-man rotation?
Yeah, I felt, honestly, part of my language, I felt like, shit, I'm not even
one of the best scorers in the generation, but he ain't good enough for the Hall of Fame. Come on, StephenA.
Listen, your services are no longer needed. That was an ego hit. That was a pride hit. Like, I felt like I started questioning myself after that. Damn, can I still do this? What did I do? Like, I asked him that. What did I do? Oh, you didn't do anything. It's just not working out.
So are we saying that Carmelo Anthony reached a point in time at that particular moment where you were questioning whether or not you had the game any longer?
At that point in time, because that what made me feel like that. At that point in time, somebody in power that tells you we no longer need your services. I've been utilizing my services for a long time. Like, for you to tell me you don't need that no more, I honestly felt that I was fired. Like, I felt, like other people go through that on a day-to-day basis. People get fired. Like, I honestly felt like I got fired from.
What role do you believe Mike D'Antoni played in this? After all, y'all did have history in New York. When you arrived in New York, during the days of Danilo Gallinari and Jeremy Lin and all of those guys, and D'Antoni was the coach, and wanted to roll with them instead of having a star like you at that particular moment in your career. Now he's your coach in Houston. What role, if any, do you believe he played in your exit?
I don't believe he had a role in it.
So you think this was strictly Daryl Morey?
I think this happened. I don't think Daryl told anybody, to be honest with you. Now, I don't know the facts. Like, it was just that, and I've never been back to Houston ever again. So, but I truly can honestly say I don't believe.
This time, all NBA, look like Hall of Fame.
Explain to me the difference between those emotions that you had departing from Houston and compare it to the emotions you had departing OKC when you were playing with Russell.
Very different.
All right, how is
different? That? I've accepted my role in OKC,
which was
look, you're gonna be I wasn't even the third option, right? I was the fourth option. Steven Adams was the third option, so it was just more.
Man, do average 24, 6.5, and 3 assists a game, man.
Here on the team that I know we have a shot to win the championship. So amongst us internally, we all felt like that, but it wasn't until after the season when all of this conversation had started, all this talk had started. Oh, will he come back? Will he take a pay cut? Will he come off the bench? None of this stuff was ever discussed with me as far as me coming off the bench. All I needed was somebody to communicate that with me. And I think people was afraid to stand up and communicate that.
But would you have accepted that, Melo? Because when people look at you, they think about a guy like Allen Iverson, who was initially reluctant to come off the bench in the twilight of his career. Right. D. Wade, your brother, guys like Vince Carter and others, they were more willing, even though it was a challenge for them too.
Right.
They were more willing to accept those roles. When you talk to people around the NBA, they did get the impression that wasn't anything that Carmelo was willing to accept. Your wife Lala came on First Take, was like, my husband coming off the bench?
Right. I wasn't willing to accept that because that never was explained to me. If you sat down with me man to man and said, you know what, look, what's best for this team is for you to come off the bench, I probably would have fought it a little bit, but then I'd have stepped away from it and said, you know what, this is what's best for the team, right? I went to Billy Donovan himself and said, what do I have to do, right? What do you need from me? And everybody could vouch for that. What do you need from me? What do I need to do? And he told me, I said, look, thank you, I appreciate it. This is what you're going to get from me. I really honestly wish the OKC situation
would have as a big time player though. You gotta tell him what you gotta lead those shit.
Me, Paul, Russ, we had every.
And why do you feel it did not work out?
I think it was bigger than basketball. I think it was a tax situation, right? But I think they knew that of me coming in there. They was trying to get me to kind of revamp my contract.
That money.
and that